Jiggy Jaguar radio program.
Yes, indeed. We are back live here on our world-famous Jiggy Jaguar radio broadcast. Thanks for tuning in to the big broadcast. We are coast to coast and border to border. And I think we've got Gerry Hauser with us. Gerry, how are you, sir?
Fine, how are you?
Pretty good, actually. Pretty good, actually. You are quite the individual, my friend. You are the diamond expert, and I always love having you on this broadcast. So let's get into it. Diamonds, they are absolutely amazing. I understand you are a member of the New York Diamond Club. What is the significance of being a member of the New York Diamond Club, my man?
Okay, well, I have access, being a member. Well, first of all, let me explain. The Diamond Club is to diamonds like the New York Stock Exchange is to stocks. And basically, with diamonds, I have access to diamond inventory from diamond cutters all over the world. Okay, and that allows me to compete with anybody else who's not a member, because I can buy at the cash market, just like brokers can buy on the floor of the stock exchange stocks, and then they tack on a commission and for their expenses, and I do the same for diamonds. But diamonds is a commodity that has a very, very thin spread between the bid price and the asking price.
Awesome.
But that's basically the advantage. It's really more for the consumer. And just so everybody knows, not everybody can become a member. You have to show integrity, number of years in the business without complaints, and all kinds of stuff. And then I have two people at the Diamond Club that will put up almost any amount of money for me and speak for me. In other words, if I don't pay for some reason, they're responsible for paying.
Wow.
So it's very strict. They're very, very strict. And people have been, asked to leave and so on. But I've been a member for quite some time.
Fantastic. We have got Gerry Hauser with us today. He joins us live here on the telephone talking about diamonds. Are diamonds still a girl's best friend there, Mr. Hauser?
I believe so. I mean, I don't know where the gym quality diamond would be without females. There'd probably be no children either.
Gerry Hauser with us today. He joins us live here on our big broadcast. And so Gerry is a diamond expert, a man who grew up in New York where he got his first feel of the diamond business. He moved to California several years and continued his success, heading his own diamond business. So the stock market, real estate, Bitcoin, they seem to be all quite volatile, Gerry. What about the diamond market?
That's a good question. The market is stable, and it can remain stable under normal conditions. Why was that? Why is that so? Well, there's a company called De Beers, and they got control. They received control of the diamond market during the Great Depression in the late 20s and early to mid 30s. And how do they do it? When you find diamonds, you always find them near water, or what they call alluvial deposits. And bottom line is, it's. I don't want to give you too long an explanation, but basically, De Beers controls the market. So if there's too many buyers and sellers, they put out more diamond rough, and if the market is shaky, they put out less. So it keeps the market stable, and that's the short answer.
Wow, that is very interesting. It is. Gerry Hauser, he's with us today. He is a diamond expert. He joins us today here on the telephone. Do all gem quality diamonds increase equally? Give me the details on this, my friend.
Okay. Well, not really. The most popular diamond, or the shape of the most popular diamond, is round. Now, ovals are next, and I can go through the list of it, and then cushions, and so on and so forth. It depends on, again, supply and demand. So a lot of people, especially gals, they want to wear the same shape as their mother wore, or possibly their grandmother. and a lot of it has to do with personality, believe it or not. So people who are more extroverted will opt for larger sizes, and sometimes, not a round shape. It could be anything other than they want something unique, something that really shouts. And somebody that's very, very conservative, they wear maybe blouses with little pastel flowers. Oh, excuse me. They don't want anything too big, maybe a half carat, and it's usually a round sewn. So again, supply and demand, the round stones increase better or faster, and in more percentage. And diamonds go up by percentages. So if you have more demand for round stones, it's going to go up more. Plus, you're going to tell me if I'm talking too much.
No. You're good. You're giving us amazing information here, my friend. You're giving us amazing information.
Okay, the round diamond. Okay, you lose anywhere between 30 and 50% of the diamond rough when you're cutting. When you cut a round diamond, you're going to lose more percentage than cutting other shapes. So your profit, the only way to get a better profit or a more normal profit would be, to have to raise the prices so you pay more money for a round stone.
Fantastic. Beautiful insight from the man in the know, Gerry Hauser. He is a diamond expert. He joins us today here on the telephone. So do people buy diamonds for an investment, Gerry?
Yes. In the 1970s, in the late 70s in particular, diamonds, again, being a stable commodity, broke out. Why did that happen? It broke out to the upside.
Okay.
Why? Okay, because inflation. Europeans, this is basically a European game, and they invest in diamonds constantly. And in fact, they can get loans. Some banks in Europe will actually lend money, and in Israel also, to people who are cutting diamonds. And the round stone, anything over 1 carat, with very, very high color and clarity, and well cut, very good to excellent cut stone, are the most sought after diamonds for investment. They're also the most liquid diamonds. Now, we talked earlier about the Diamond Club, and so being a member, if I buy on the cash market, I sell close to the cash market, so that when somebody, if they want to liquidate, especially when they buy for investment, I can get them out at the Diamond Club. It usually takes anywhere from 3 days to a week, and then the money goes out within 48 hours.
Awesome. You have got a lot of great information today. We have got Gerry Hauser with us today. He joins us live here on our big program. And so how does one know that they're not being ripped off?
That's another good question. There's many ways.
Okay.
The first thing, if I was on the other side of the fence and I was buying a diamond with the knowledge that I have, what I would do is, first thing I would do, I would go to Yelp, I'd go to Facebook, I would check out the reviews. And if they don't have more than 4 or 5 reviews, I would be a little bit suspicious. The Better Business Bureau, which used to be almost anybody can join and get a good rating, is very, very strict. And almost every major city in the United States has a Better Business Bureau. And I would go there also. That's the first thing. The second thing is, I would never buy any diamond for any reason or purpose that's in a setting, because it could be an imperfect diamond, and a product can cover that imperfection. So when you look at it, it could actually look flawless. There's just many reasons. Again, I'm going to give too much information. Diamonds can be cloudy or milky, and if you buy it in a setting for some reason, without going through all these details, it can make the diamond. It doesn't look hazy. It makes the diamond look, very sparkly.
Okay.
So There's a lot of dynamics that go involved. So the safest thing is check out the seller. See if you want to liquidate. I know everybody that's buying a diamond for engagement rings, which is the main thrust of our business, never think about selling it. And unfortunately, there's too many divorces in our country.
Yes, yes.
Right. Okay, so people come to me, and then they usually get ripped off. Everybody has to make money, but not an absorbent amount of money. And so I think the best thing anybody I'll do this. There's no charge. People can call me, or they email me. You don't have to do business with me. Obviously, I wish you would, but I'll help you. No, some people don't get their money back. You buy overseas, and how are you going to chase them?
Yes, yes. Gerry Hauser with us today. He is a diamond expert, and we are finding out with Gerry today all sorts of information. And so can you tell our listeners more about these grading certificates? Because this is something the last time we had you on the program, we talked a little bit about this towards the end. I am fascinated by this. Tell me more, Gerry.
Well, the first thing and the most important thing to remember is to buy a diamond with a grading certificate that was graded in the United States. Okay? Now, it's a very competitive industry as to, grade diamonds. There's laboratories all over the world. But the Federal Trade Commission, FTC, in our country, is very, very strict on overgrading. And other countries in the world that I'm familiar with do not have a Federal Trade Commission to protect consumers. So that's number one. Number two, the Supreme Court of grading, if I can use that phrase, would be the GIA, Gemological Institute of America. And then there's AGI, and there's a few others. They are very reputable. But the GIA is really the top of the line. And I can liquidate easier for people if they had a certificate done by GIA or AGI or AGS or some of these other labs here in the U.S. So the laboratory is important. Now, because diamonds can be cloudy, diamonds could have different types of illusions. For instance, an oval, if it's not cut right, is going to have like a black bow tie that runs right across the center of the stone. The same thing with a marquee. Could happen with a cushion. It won't happen with the round. And there are ways to absolutely negate a strong bow tie effect. Now, these are called anything other than a round is called a fancy shape. You see, so it's possible to have this bow tie illusion in many of these shapes. And I guess the best thing to do is, again, you go back and check out who you're doing business with.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Great insight, my friend. We have got a great guest with us today. He joins us live. Gerry Hauser is an expert when it comes to diamonds, and we are talking a diamond business today with our good friend, Mr. Gerry Hauser, the diamond expert. So, what are the most popular diamonds and why? Run it down for us, my friend. I know you've got all the insight here.
Well, if you're buying for investment, it should be around. If you're buying for cosmetic purposes, it can be any shape. It really depends. If you're buying for cosmetic purposes, like an engagement ring, I would say that people, it goes by personality. Let me just come right to the point here. If somebody's very timid, more conservative, more introverted, they're going to opt for a smaller diamond. It could be a half carat to maybe a carat and a quarter. Some people who are more extroverted, their personality is more, is to get more attention. So they want a diamond that gives more attention. And they would go, usually it's 2 carats or larger, and it could be almost any shape. But that's basic rule of thumb. Because we're strictly online. I don't do any more retail. But people, some men when they call in, they're not that, and by and large, they're not that familiar with what to buy in the way of a diamond, unless their fiance is going to tell them. So people got to be walked through, or men especially, to know what shape and what size to buy in the way of a diamond. So it's really, again, it's just, it depends on your budget, it depends on a lot of things. We sell diamonds. They're all natural. I don't do anything that's not natural. But I can save people money. I can sell people a natural diamond for the same amount of money as a lab-grown stone and look the same and be liquid. On a lab-grown stone, there's no liquidity. There's no market for it. You see? Maybe someday
Really?
there will be. But I have diamonds that people can buy that are natural. And in fact, I just ran a campaign where I'll pay somebody $500 if I can't match or beat somebody else's price for the same diamond, same kind of diamond.
Wow.
It's that simple. So, I mean, it's like, I don't know if you remember the Pepsi challenge with Coke and PepsiCo.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so I have a diamond challenge. That's what I was doing.
Fantastic. It's Gerry Hauser. He's with us today. He joins us live here on our big program. He is a diamond expert. He's with us today. Does I guess what is the track record for diamonds? Explain that to us. What is the track record for diamonds?
Okay. For approximately 90 years, the market has been relatively stable. Where it's not stable was, we had a second depression in 1937. We had some scares along the way. We had the fallout, the banking crisis, 2006, 7, 8, especially 2008 and 9. There's no real demand for diamonds. If there is a demand, and there has been, because people are still getting engaged, it's usually for a smaller diamond. And then, they ask me, usually I get asked, I want to buy a larger diamond. I want to conserve my money. I don't know what I'm going to lose my job, or I lost my job. And so you can always trade up with a company that will allow you to trade up. But most of them were small. Now, it's supply and demand again. So if you're not having demand for the larger diamonds or the more expensive diamonds, the market has a tendency to tilt down. In fact, they will go down most of the time. But I would say these kind of events are unusual. We're living in unusual times right now. But at the same time, people, and this time they're really buying. Market has really picked up in the market. Right before the beginning of the year, this year, the market picked up. So it depends really on a lot of factors. Inflation is a good predictor of a diamond market that's going to really go up. Just an inflation scare will make the market go up. And it's very, very delicate. So this is where the investment angle comes in. Diamonds have a mystique to it. Europeans years ago, people had to leave Europe from the war, from persecution, for many reasons. And those were the main. But the bottom line is, if you had gold or silver, how are you going to get it out? It's so heavy. Where diamonds, you can put, I'm not being facetious, you can put $10 million, $20 million, pick a number, in the palm of your hand. It doesn't go off at airports. Diamonds are the most, are the lightest of all, of anything, including dust. Nothing is lighter than a diamond. Okay? Colored stones are heavier. So inflation, it's just my belief. I'm not trying to promote anybody into or scare anybody or what's going on happen in the economy. But right now we're bailing out a lot of people, and I like that. It's deserving it's the American dream system kind of thing, and people should all have enough money to have food and clothing and be able to provide for their children, grandchildren, whatever. I agree with this, but at the same time, the government is printing money. It's not, our currency is not backed by it. It used to be backed by gold. Even our dollars, the old dollars, used to say silver certificate on it. So when governments go to the printing press and print money, like they did in Mexico most recently, was in 1979. They're doing it now, but they had a real bad inflation in 1979. Germany people were going around in wheelbarrows with the money because they kept printing money to get the economy going, to make people happy. It goes on and on, a variety of reasons. So if you believe inflation is coming, which I personally do, any hard asset, gold, silver, and diamonds, and usually, by the way, another predictor of a diamond increase is commodity prices. Most people think if the price of oil goes up or down, gold and diamonds will go up or down. That's not always true. In fact, it's rarely true. When grains go up, corn, wheat, soybeans, when they elevate, then hard assets come in. Why do hard assets come in when the grains go up? Because every human being is going to go to the store and buy grains. They're going to buy food that has grains in it. And what do you say? The price of grains go up, you're going to pay more money. You pay more money, it means more inflation. You see, it all comes back to square one.
It is Gerry Hauser, the diamond expert. He joins us today here on our broadcast. And Gerry, before we let you go, my friend, how can any of our listeners get involved with what you're doing?
Thank you. And again, I'll help anybody. You keep your wallet in your pocket. Just call me if you have a situation you want to discuss. 619-572-8100. That's in California, San Diego time. And my website is, you can email it, Gerry, is Gerry, at Hadar, H-A-D, like in diamond, A-R, diamonds, plural. So it's Gerry with a G at haydardiamonds.com. I'll be glad to speak with anybody.
Fantastic. Now, Gerry, are you going to ever write a book about diamonds?
I have a book I started to write. It's being dragged out. It's a long story. I have a book. It's called, I have the title. It's Diamonds Under the Loop, where I expose sales tactics that are, not good. It's more of a consumer advocate type book, and it's also along the lines of our discussion today. But I should have it finished by the end of this year. I hope to get it out in December.
Awesome. Well, Gerry, you have been a fantastic guest as always. Thanks for doing this, my friend. Thanks for being on with us, and continued success, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Stay well, everybody. Thank you.
Appreciate it. There he goes, Gerry Hauser. And